The Central Agency for Information Technology is a Kuwaiti government agency established in 2006 by the late Emir Sheikh Sabah Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah through an Emiri decree issued at Sif Palace in August 21, 2000. KATE is the home of expertise and reference in the field of information technology in the government sector to contribute to the process of digital transformation and the gradual transition of Kuwaiti society towards a sustainable future development. Moreover, information technology plays a fundamental and effective role in comprehensive development and upgrading the work system to achieve the concept of e-government by linking government agency systems through a unified information network that allows citizens to complete transactions electronically through a government electronic portal. Furthermore, KATE is responsible for developing plans and policies at the national Kuwaiti level, supervising e-governance, operation projects, and coordination between government agencies in the field. It also supports the trains human cadres in the field of technology industry in Kuwait, developing their capabilities and raising public awareness of information technology and its uses among all segments of society. It also has a plan to develop digital services in government agencies according to a well-studied plan and provides legislative requirements, human capabilities, material resources, and technical equipments. KATE commits to its periodical coordination role with all ministries and institutions in order to complete the implementation and completion of automatic linkage work among them, achieve development of the digital transformation in the state, maintaining government information security of all kinds, and work to simplify and facilitate government procedures submitted to citizens, which contributes to tightening effect by the state authorities and speed up the collection of their duties towards others. This prestigious entity has several goals as it develops IT plans at national levels, supervise the implementation of e-governance, and projects establish the state portal and train Kuwaiti cadres working in the field of technology in the country. It is noteworthy that KATE participates in several e-government and technological advancement forums, which are held constantly with the participation of several government agencies, the most important of which are the Central Bank of Information Technology, the Communication and Information Technology Authority, and the Telecommunication Company's operation in Kuwait, in addition to international technological companies with the intention of building a safer and more digitized Kuwait. Finally, the Kuwaiti government is working to lay foundations for the future by building appropriate infrastructure to digitize and automate most services for citizens, as the past decades has witnessed many developments in enabling the private sector to participate in the national economy by supporting innovation.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Joining us is Dr. Anwar Al-Harbi, a highly accomplished professional in the field of information technology. Dr. Anwar, welcome and thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you very much for inviting me to the show.
Dr. Anwar, it's always a pleasure having you here with us, and we are envious to know what you have new for us. But before we start, we'd like to start with asking you today, during your long and successful study journey, could you please tell us more on how such experiences helped you gain more insight on the future of the digital transformation?
Yes, this is a very important question because the background, whether it is educational or experience, is very important for a person to formulate his way of life, his experience, and also the work he can do in the future. The fact that I did my BBS and PhD on master's degree abroad, and this has gained me a lot of experiences in the way of we do with technology and how to deal with it, as a matter of fact. Because you know the technology has many factors, and if we can involve in these factors and explore the implementation ways of doing it in Kuwait, it will be very important. So when I started working with this, I was a lecturer at the Public Authority for Applied Education, teaching computer subjects, computer science subjects, programming. And this, of course, this is the base of my knowledge and my understanding. Ever since I graduated from Oxford Brookes University from Oxford in UK. And this led me to that fact that I want to do some programming, and I want to do further more than just delivering lectures in the colleges. I want to do also some sort of development of applications perhaps, and some sort of systems. And those systems, of course, very important for where I used to work in the data center in the Public Authority for Applied Education and Training, to develop some sort of systems that
you
can
developed a system over there.
Yes, I did.
Understanding.
Yes, I did.
And you were also the database administrator.
Indeed, I was. I was working in the computer center as well as lecturing as a database administrator, and we developed there the student registration system for the students. I think now the students are amounting to 25,000, 35,000 students, with all the subjects they select and the grades they have. We published everything. This is going to be in the computer and, of course, in the mainframe part of the system, which is very heavily used, and it means we have to build a secure system. A lot of people use it, and then we have to offer those data and the integrity of the data, of course, the security of the data as well as of the integrity of the data for all the students all the time, and also leave it as an archive for the future when they graduate from the college. Then if they want to come back and they want a certificate or their degrees, we can have all the script certifications coming out as the original one. So we have too many things, the archiving system, the storing of the data for the many years. This is, of course, a process.
And the system is still up and running. Correct?
And still the system up and running. Of course, we have also to have some sort of data backup for the system. And this is one used in the disaster recovery plans. Sometimes we use it. So this is going to be for ages. And now, good job that now it used to be, I mean, to have a 32 megabyte, you need a mainframe and you need racks. But now we are speaking about terabytes. So the idea of storing the data of the students, and perhaps now even in the cloud, we can store the data. So it is much easier for us to have all the data for all the students for the future requirements, perhaps, and certifications if ever needed.
Doctor, following up on the latest question, how did your studies help you understand the context of digitization in the state of Kuwait here? Also, is there any specific project that you worked on which helped you through your intellectual experience?
Yes, I worked, quite honestly, after I did my lecturing and this, the database administrator also, I used to present some TV shows. And then I was requested to move to one of the minister's offices as a technical advisor in the digital arena. And that was very important. It was a turning point, as a matter of fact, because His Excellency, the minister, required somebody who knows what he's doing in the IT.
Correct.
And when they selected me and I was there working for them in the technical office, that gave me insight to so many applications, and I was supervising from his office on all the data collections, data manipulations, running the data, the security, the privacy, and the workflow. So all of this needed somebody who knows how to do fully automated processes. And I have to report to His Excellency the Minister, and where are we standing in this ministry. So in that sense, I had gained a lot of experience, because my role was to report to the minister, and then of course when you want to report, you have to do the best out of yourself. You have to read, you have to find, you have to collect the data, proper data, and then you have to submit it in a proper reporting. And that was my experience, and one of the ministers also required me to develop or to create an idea to write him a report on something called CITRA. So that is the Telecommunication Authority or Regulatory Authority. And I had to travel to Bahrain and Oman to collect, because they had their regulatory system there in telecommunications. And I think that was also gave me insight about the regulations, the pricing, and how these telecommunications, now everything we are talking about telecommunications.
So CITRA is with the telecommunications.
Yes, yes, mainly on the regulation of the communications or telecommunications. And of course now everything is dealt with the telecoms. Correct. Now we have 3 major telecom companies, big ones, and this of course needs some sort of regulations, how to use the signals and which signals, frequencies, and what are allowed or not allowed. And these are very important, because you need some sort of internet providers and ISPs they call them. So these are regulations, and we have worked hard on this the subject. So also this give me insight on how this telecommunication business connecting with the satellite. Also when you connect to the satellite, you have to rent the satellite. So these are the few things which are very important, and I was hoping, quite honestly, we launch I proposed even this one, to launch a Kuwait satellite then. So, but then there were some issues. But if we had launched this Kuwait satellite, it would have.
So maybe in the future we will be able to launch it.
I hope somebody will take this initiative, because it will help, because we do need it, quite honestly.
Correct.
Many Arab countries, many Gulf states, they have their own their satellites.
Correct.
So we are not short of experience, we are not short of money, we are not short of the technology. So we can have developed.
Is there a plan for 2035 to have our own satellite?
Well, I think we need to. I heard some people talking about it, but I think we need some sort of push from this side, and of course we need perhaps some sort of legislations also, and some support from I don't know, the parliament people and the MPs, and then of course we need good proposal from the authority, some authority. I think the Ministry of Communications perhaps, to propose this to the minister himself, and of course this will be a good time, I think. And it will be a good day for Kuwait to have this satellite, and then we can run and we can broadcast from it so many channels, and it will be very educational, by the way, Yusuf. It's not only for business mind, it will be also for educational purposes, so that we can have a backup. Sometimes if there is any breakdown or any going down for the fiber optics,
we will have our own satellite up in the sky that we can recover.
So the connectivity, that you can go connect with the satellite, and then this is another issue, which can give you, of course, like disaster recovery. If ever things happen and the network down in the ground, you can go up in the sky.
Correct.
Why not? And this is, of course, for the security of the country.
Dr. Anwar, your life was filled with digitization. I would like to also share some of that with our dear viewers. So we have the PAIT,
yes,
we have Kate, and we have CITRA that
yes.
you have worked on. Let's discuss.
And Ministry of Communications
Ministry
also.
of Communication as
yes,
well,
also,
correct.
Yes.
Which was the more fun or complicated place to be in and achieve something, speaking of digitization?
Of course, PAIT, the Public Authority for Applied Education, when I was there working as a database administrator, there was a challenge of developing, and then we had so many visitors. I went, as a matter of fact, to many training courses with IBM in the United States. I learned a lot, quite honestly, because without the training you cannot learn a lot.
Correct.
You see? So you have to do the upskilling of this as employees in the government. We need to upskill ourselves by going to this training. I went to Atlanta, I went to San Francisco with those days, and just to get into this database administration, the latest technologies of how to do it and how to run it, and to how to be a proper administrator in the field of the administration. So this is one thing. I learned a lot from this, because when developing this, you need to have to, for example, you know, to use SQL. This is a form of language of the computer, and these are give you the structured thinking of how to solve the problems. And this, of course, from this I went to other places. Of course, I went to then to Kate. I wrote this proposal for etc. also at some stage, but of course then it was developed by them. And then we had so many visits also. We went to, I remember those days, you know, Nokia?
Yes.
Telephone. We went to the mobile company. We went with the minister himself with a group of people to when we thought that mobile was, oh, that's a great thing, huh? At that point of time. And we went also to India, to Hyderabad. I think that was Bangalore Valley. There is a Bangalore Valley where the Indian brains are there also to develop the software for security issues. So there were a few activities, I think, also gave us a lot of experience when we visited these experienced places in India and in Nokia. And we went also to Hong Kong, and we saw those conferences in Hong Kong, GITEX in Dubai also. These are the visits, the events which everybody can learn from and can build his mindset to the future. And I'm really grateful to those people who helped me to go to these places.
Doctor, digitization is moving so fast forward. Since you visited Nokia back in the days, we know where Nokia, the telecommunication was, and as we can currently see, where telecommunication have reached in your experience.
Exactly.
Is it going to move even faster?
Indeed, you know, Nokia now, I don't know what is the status of this brand, but as you can see, if you cannot if you cannot go with the technology, you are left behind. I mean, this is the fact, the sheer fact. So now new companies coming out, those are the smart devices. When we call smart devices, these are the mobiles.
Even televisions and refrigerators are smart in these days. So how fast are we going to move?
We are, I think the sector in our life moving the fastest is the information technology, the digital transformation, the AI, and so these are the issues which most countries want to grasp and you get utilized, because you see, if you cannot get the awareness of how to use it, and then you don't train the people and the employees how to utilize such technologies, then we are left out. So we have to concentrate, we have to expose such technologies, train and educate people. Most important thing is to educate people how to utilize the technology and where to utilize it and when to utilize it. It is a plan. We have to have a good, proper strategic plan. You mentioned where in Kate we do a very proper strategic plan for transforming from to in the digital arena. So this is important that we can utilize these technologies, and most important thing, we have a vision. If we have a vision and a mission and objectives, and then we can see what the obstacles are also to overcome them. And these are the points which we have to make, and in every organization to be able to go to the digital transformation, cyberspace or whatever you want to call it, landscape, and then once we are there, then we can force ourselves and our people to get all the elements for success. And that's require a lot of efforts, but still we are there. We have a lot of intellectual people, we have the budgeting, we have the will of the people, the leadership is there also. They want to fully automate. We should have all the circle, the databases, everything, to put it in the front of our employees and of the citizens and other people to get utilized of it, and then not do the work by the paper and also go to online.
Dr. Anwar, we'll get back to Kate and Sahel, but before we get back to that, I wanted to show our viewers the beauty of who's sitting in front of me and his past experiences, what he's done and made. I've also heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, but back in 2018, there was this intellectual game, a Kuwaiti game.
Yes.
It's been done here in Kuwait,
yes.
And it's on 2 app stores,
yes.
famous app stores here in Kuwait, and people are already currently joining it, and it's obviously it's for free, and there is a reason behind this game.
Exactly.
Is that true?
It is, yeah. This is the Dama game, Yusuf, and it was developed using the AI.
Correct.
And that was early stage. I mean, it was very early. And
Back in
then,
2018,
yeah,
17.
yes, before even that one, because the idea was it matured later on, and then I got a prize. I won a prize in the Doha in Qatar on the Arab world. That was the best game for education and for entertainment also. And that idea was to build this game. It is like a mind stimulation, you see, so that people, when they use it, it is not harmful.
Correct.
It doesn't have, I mean, for example, violent scenes. It doesn't have these actions, scenes where our people and our kids can be affected by. So this game, as a matter of fact, the Dama game, it is there now. It is in the app stores and there is a website. This Dama game is going to improve the concentration, the aim of it. To improve, I thought then that this game can, if some people play it in a well-structured manner, it will be played and it will improve the concentration of the students and the memory. Because sometimes if students in the classroom, they lose concentration after 15 minutes, sometimes, or 20 minutes or 10 minutes. How to improve this? And then there were some studies that proved that playing Dama for 2 months on regular basis can improve the memory and the concentration, I think by 5 to 10%. And this is a very good increase of power of the memory and the concentration. I think this is going to be very good, even as a entertainment, one thing, and also like therapy for our students, so that they don't lose concentration in the classrooms.
Dr. Anwar, so the game was created by you.
Yes.
In order to stimulate
the memory and concentration.
By using AI technology.
Yes, it is based on the AI technology. When you put it, you can play it with the mobile. Of course, if you can beat it or not, this is another question. And I hope in the future to put the different levels. Now one level. Level 1 is for educational purposes. And I'm supposed to put and add level 2, level 3 for more difficult levels. But the aim of it was to improve the brain, stimulations of the brain, and so that they can learn how to use it. And of course, there is a structured way of doing it, and even for the special need, you know, by the way, because it has some sort of coloring, it has music and song, a Kuwaiti song from a traditional. This is a very traditional game. Yusuf. The Dama is very traditional game. It's old and inherent in the society, Kuwaiti society, and also into the Gulf societies and some Arab societies also. But I think this is going to be, and I support people, and I do encourage students and businesses, startup businesses, to go to the gaming using the AI.
This makes us proud, this achievement, incorporating our heritage into something that will stimulate students' mind.
Exactly, with the technology.
To improve their efficiency and strategies in the future.
Yes.
So that was done during your free time, using your own resources.
Yes, my own resources, you're right. Yes.
That's what makes us proud. So instead of wasting all that talent was put in the right place.
Yes, well, sometimes, as you mentioned, that it was a hobby for me. But then when I got the prizes, I got 2 prizes on Kuwait level and of course on the Arab world, I was very encouraged to carry on and improve this game. And hopefully very soon I have a game whereby nobody can defeat it or can conquer this game, because it has the artificial of ChatGPT. I will connect the engine of ChatGPT into this game, so it will be something wow. That's
amazing. We want to encourage that talent and show people that we do have talent here in Kuwait. And if you can also encourage the future and newer generation into going into IT and just telling them how important of a field that is, especially in the near future.
It is important, very important, because Yusuf, this is very important also for the economy. These guys can start at early stages, like we just saw.
How early?
So, yes, and early stages means now everybody knows. I mean, before we go to
college,
they can't do, because now there are YouTubes. They can learn. They have classes. They have training courses online, and this is very important that we educate ourselves and our people that to go there. And this is very important, the awareness programs for them, so that they can start at early ages, so that when they finish their secondary school, they know where to go. It is a set for them, which university, they are not lost. But if we do it at early stage in the schools, that we encourage them. You know how big the industry in gaming? It is 130 billion US dollar worldwide. So we should encourage this, so that even the Kuwaiti economy can be benefit from them.
Dr. Anwar, before we get off here, we would like to get back to the main topic about Kate and Sahel.
Yes.
And you being chief over at Kate, and what have you implemented in the digitization process? How difficult was it? How long is it going to take? And what's up available? And are there anything that's hidden that's going to be shown in the near future?
First of all, Sahel is a very important application for Kuwait, the state of Kuwait, and it was developed by some people there in Kate and some in Pasi also. And these are very important because the Sahel application simplify the processes, and of course when people want to finish their jobs online, it is done there. Of course, we hope this application to be more and more advanced using the technologies, the AI, for example, bilingual, Arabic and English. And of course, this will save all those people who want to come to Kuwait. They know what this application can do. And I think this is going to be the face of Kuwait, the state of Kuwait, so that when before they come, they know those deliveries of services they can do online before they come. They can apply for the visa, they can do this, and they could, if they want to open the businesses, they know how to do this. I think this is going to be a lot of information which we need to feed to the application itself, so that people can know a lot, and we educate, and then everybody will be happy so that they can utilize it online, not wasting time, transportation, waiting, ticketing. No. This is going to be online at 24 hours, 7 days per week throughout the year. Correct. This is a dream. And of course, we have to request all the government entities to participate and put all their services in Sahel application.
Correct.
So that when we say about digital transformation, we are properly set for it. It is not just a slogan, we are saying it, and no, we are coming to the fact that please bring your services so that the citizens or even the expatriates here in Kuwait, they don't need to go here and there and then they do their own work. Because you know why? Because this is one way of doing it and achieving it, everybody will feel happy. Correct. This is the aim of the government, to make people happy. And with this Sahel, which if we can improve it more and more, which
everyone's
is good,
going to be happy.
And everybody will be happy.
Dr. Anwar, thank you so much. We are very proud and we are very happy that we have the right person in the right place. And thank you for all of your achievements, and we wish you the best of luck in the near future.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Dr. Anwar. Well, folks, as we bring this episode of Sahel to a close, we sincerely hope that we have offered you an engaging insight into the ongoing digital transformation that's occurring right here in the state of Kuwait, from the cutting-edge electronic services provided by government entities to the ambitious objectives that are outlined in the new Kuwait vision. We have explored the remarkable advancements that are shaping the future of this nation. However, our journey doesn't end here. We invite you to join us again next week for an exciting episode of Sahel, where we will delve into yet another captivating topic. An upcoming infographic will provide you with a glimpse into the subjects that we will be covering and the inspiring stories that we will be sharing with you next week. Thank you for joining us, and until we meet again, goodbye.